Let the mic drop. Big up AO Beats for the beat, of course, guys. Big up everyone for joining Stretford Post. It's breaking dawn. Welcome aboard, guys. Welcome aboard. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn, of course, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that would be absolutely fantastic. No time for jealousy. No time for hatred. No time for bitterness. We're just here to bring you the news about Manchester United. And the news circulating around Man United is rife. It is rife, guys. Let's get through some of your comments. To you lovely people, of course, guys. You absolutely gorgeous people. UK Rap, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I only listen to you and Mark Goldbridge because you actually have inside knowledge. Thank you so much, UK Rap. At least I'm appreciated. I really appreciate you, brother. But there's some great content creators out there. You know what? Big up the real ones. That's what I say. Big up the real ones, of course, guys. Absolutely. Sanjay. Big up, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Good to see you, of course, guys. Good to see Asherman, the legend. Asherman in the house. Big up, Asherman, the United Road, the real one. Big up, Asherman. I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're good, mate. Hope you're good. Absolutely. Buzzy Afro reactions. It's still Wednesday here. Is it still Wednesday? Where are you, brother? Where are you, brother? Where are you? On the other side of the planet? Are you on the other side of the planet? I'm in the middle of the world. I'm in the Middle East at the moment, on that side of the planet, of course, guys. So it's great to have you guys here. Of course, big up Easton. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on Breaking Dawn. The legends are here in the house, of course. I say good morning. Good morning. I say, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're good. I can't wait for Sunday match against Arsenal. Listen, I've been watching the breakdown of Arsenal. They've been having a nervous breakdown. Arsenal fans have been going absolutely crazy online, and I love to see it. You know what? It is actually award-winning stuff. Watching AFTV when Arsenal lose is actually quite entertaining. I have to say, I mean, it needs to be on Netflix. I'm telling you, AFTV needs to be on Netflix. Guys, you heard it here first. AFTV needs to be on Netflix. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, the way they talk, you know what I mean? They make me laugh. They do make me laugh. I've had enough. I've had enough. I mean, who's that fella? Yesterday, he was really going in on Arteta, really going in. I've forgotten his name, but he was really screaming and shouting at the screen about Arteta. It's funny, isn't it, at the end of the day? Look, I understand football in the way that the pain and stuff like that, they want to win something. Arteta hasn't won anything really, isn't it? The one trophy he won was under Unai Emery's team, of course, guys. Absolutely. Morning, everyone. Morning, Fanatic 8, the legend, Active 8, the inspiration of Fanatic 8. Big up yourself, brother. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I see you, bro. Big up. Buzzy Afro reactions. I am in Canada, British Columbia. Beautiful Canada, man. I wish I was somewhere like that. You know, one thing about where I'm living at the moment in the Middle East, it's absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful where I live. But you know what? Sometimes you need a bit of snow. Sometimes you need a bit of cold. Sometimes you need a bit woo, you know what I mean? Like this, you know, sometimes you do. I don't know what it is. I was born in England, so you know what? Maybe I'm used to that sort of thing, but you know what? Can't complain. Of course, guys. Good evening, South. Liverpool crumbling starts. Let's go, brother. Let's go. Look, they won 1-0, didn't they? Yesterday, Tottenham Hotspur. Is that enough? Is that enough for Liverpool to go through to the next round? What do you guys think? Is it enough to go through the next round? We'll have to wait and see, of course, guys. Absolutely. Shout out to Yardman on AFTV. He was crash out mode. Did you see it, Kenny? Kenny, I thought he was going to smash through the screen and give me a slap. I don't know what. And the guy was screaming, spit was going everywhere. I saw Robbie's face all getting spit all over his face. I love it, guys. I can't complain. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Man United had a decent week this week, but I'm not going to get too giddy. You know what I mean? Because obviously Man United have Arsenal at the weekend, guys, and it is very important that Man United get through to the next round because that is our trophy at the end of the day. The FA Cup is our trophy, of course, guys. Absolutely. It was Yardman screaming. He was shouting at Robbie, spitting on Robbie. I don't know what. I mean, it's like Robbie insulted him or something. I don't know, swat his mother or something. I don't know what it was, but it was hilarious. I was sitting there. I was like, whoa. He just went like this. It was like, you know what, turning up the volume. It was like, this is getting louder and louder and louder and louder And I was going to Robbie. I was thinking about Robbie. I was thinking, you know what, Robbie, disagree with him once. You see what happens. That's going to be absolutely hilarious, of course. Arsenal babies are crying again. Absolutely. I mean, screaming, shouting, spitting. I don't know what they're doing, man. They're just throwing their rattles out their pram. Because I thought they told us that they were going to win the Carabao Cup this season. Unfortunately, it looks like a Tottenham-Newcastle final. Epic. Tottenham against Newcastle in the final. The battle of the bottlers. The battle of the bottlers. Absolutely. That's what it's going to be. Tottenham, Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. The battle of the bottlers. Who's going to bottle it most? Oh, that's going to be very close, isn't it? The bottlers, of course, guys. Absolutely. Sal, Troops is one I can't stand. Darren, Troops is just, take your time with it. Your time with it. Take your time with it. Your time with it. Let's take our time with it, because we're going to take our time absolutely bantering Arsenal, because forget Arsenal. I didn't banter Arsenal yesterday. I gave them 24 hours to rest. Rest in peace. I mean, at the end of the day. Big up, of course. Anything is possible if Liverpool plays like they did against Tottenham. You know what? It is possible. I want to see the battle of the bottlers. I really do. I think it should be battle of the bottlers, sponsored by milk. And that's what it should be. Battle of the bottlers. Sponsored by Pampers. Big up. Good morning, Sal. Everyone. Good morning, Randy. What's going on? Big up, Alex Peters. Take your time with it. Your time with it. Take your time with it. Absolutely. He definitely took take his time with it, and he scored. Big up, Buzzy Afro Reactions. Big up, my friend. Big up. Everyone in the house. We're on a positive vibe today. We're counting down to the Arsenal game. We got to take every small blessing as it comes, because at the end of the day, blessings are very short-lived with Manchester United at the moment. So you know what? We have to take every short blessing when it comes. It's our time this week. It's our time to have fun, isn't it, at the end of the day? And that is what it's all about. The great thing about football, we can laugh, we can have a joke, of course, guys. But you know what will be even more great? If Man United go to the Emirates and defeat Arsenal, guys. Absolutely, that'd be brilliant. Guys, let's get into some news, shall we? Let's get into some news. Manchester United have turned their attention to PSG midfielder, attacking midfielder Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in is a South Korean international who plays for PSG. His luck has been out this season, and he hasn't played that much football this season, but he has 35 caps for South Korea with 9 goals. He's 23 years old. Man United could do a deal for Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in. We want Lee Kang-in. They could do a deal for Lee Kang-in on a loan. Okay, so on a loan. Lee Kang-in is valued about 30 million euros. And he is a very talented individual. It does remind me of Ji-Sung Park. I know you're going to say, oh, just because he's South Korean, he might be a Ji-Sung Park. No, Lee Kang-in is a great player, and he does remind me of Ji-Sung Park. His work ethic, etc., and he will fit Ruben Amorim's system to a T. A loan option is available for Man United. Man United have backup plans because Mawani, of course, who Man United are very interested in at the moment, is showing interest from Juventus and Tottenham Hotspur. So if Man United don't get Mawani, they will be able to get a player like Lee Kang-in to Manchester United, of course, guys. So that Man United are having a rope to fall on, so to speak, a backup plan, so to speak. So Lee Kang-in is one of those players that Man United do have a backup plan for. So that is obviously very, very interesting. Not many people know about Lee Kang-in, of course, guys. He is attacking midfielder. He is 23 years old, of course, guys. He can play centre forward. He can play right winger. He can play attacking midfield. So he's very versatile. But the one thing that is interesting about him, he is a left footer. So he's an inverted sort of attacker. So it's looking like Ruben Amorim does like the inverted attacker, inverted wing backs and stuff like that. So, look, I'm a big fan of play footballers on their right foot. Not on their right, as in right. Their correct foot. I think it works better. It's just a bit like when Dalot played against Liverpool. He got that crossing first time with his left foot on the left side. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe my eyes. And that's what I think that these players should be aiming for. But you know what? I trust Ruben Amorim and I trust what he wants at the end of the day. But yeah, Lee Kang-in is another player that Man United could be going after if we do not get Mawani through the door. It does look likely Mawani will come to Manchester United, but Tottenham Hotspur and Juventus are heavily linked with him as well. So that is a very, very interesting obviously story coming out there, of course, guys. New with the stories, of course, guys. Big up, Pearl. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up, everyone. Arsenal fans are worried already about the FA Cup match. Come on, Pearl. Let's do it, Pearl. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Knock out Arsenal. Knock them off their perch. They never had a perch, to be honest with you. Arsenal's perch is basically like a brick wall. That's their perch. And they fall off it, even that. You know what I mean? They fall backwards like Humpty Dumpty. Big up, Humpty Dumpty. Big up, of course. Who would have thought I mentioned Humpty Dumpty in the stream, guys? Who would have thought that United derailed Liverpool last season? Repeat on the cards. United derailed Liverpool's treble in 1978-79, of course, guys. Let's not forget that as well. Man United are known for derailing these teams, of course. So let's derail Arsenal. I would love to derail Arsenal. And let's get Arsenal out of the Champions League as well. Listen, at the end of the day, we don't want their support. We don't want Arsenal support. I was watching Troops. I was watching all those guys celebrating against Liverpool like they have a chance of winning the bloody league. They were celebrating Man United drawing against Liverpool like Arsenal have a chance of winning the bloody league. Come on, guys. Come on. Wake up. Wake up and smell the bloody coffee. It's not happening. It is not happening, guys. Absolutely not happening. And there you go. Another bit of story coming out of Manchester United. Manchester United are interested. I don't want to sound like that guy. Come on, Manchester United. We got this, Man United. If you know, you know. Manchester United. Come on, the Red Devils. Come on, Manchester United. The Red Devils. Come on. You know who that is, don't you? This guy is like, come on, the Red Devils. Come on, the Red Devils. We got this, Manchester United. I'm going to post it. Big up. Big up. You know what? One thing I'll say, like Man United are interested in Milos Kerkez. The only stumbling block is the 40 million euro fee. Nuno Mendes has openly said that he wants to play for Manchester United. He wants to play for Manchester United, and Nuno Mendes is ready to hand in a request to PSG that he wants to play for Manchester United. Personally, I don't think Man United can do a deal now unless it's a loan with an obligation to buy. So basically, Man United will paying a fee, a bit like a loan with an obligation to buy, like buying a car sort of thing. Put a deposit on it. Put a deposit on it. A deposit on it. Put a deposit on it. Yeah, put a deposit on it. And basically, Man United will buy him at the end of the season. But for Man United to do that, Man United need to get rid of some players. And one of those players is Marcus Rashford, who looks likely to sign for AC Milan. Good for him. Good boy. You've done it. Go to AC Milan, my friend. Absolutely. And also, Casemiro looks very, very imminent. It looks like he's going to Al Nassr to join Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, guys. An astronomical amount of money as well. 500,000, 600,000. I mean, it's not that much money, isn't it? It'll buy you a couple of chomps at the end of the day. Absolutely lovely for him. Good for him. Goodbye, Casemiro. Goodbye, Rashford. And in come players who actually want to do a shift for Man United at the end of the day. Look, Mawani, he's going to come into Man United. It won't be a permanent deal. But you know what? He will be useful for Man United. I know he divides opinion. I know that a lot of people are not fans of Bawani. I know that people don't rate him. Look, me too, guys, me too. But I like him in a way that I'm a bit of unknown because you know what? Not many players have made it at PSG. So I look at it. I think he played for Leipzig, wasn't it? And he done very well at Leipzig. So I like him in regards to like the unknown, but I'm not going to obviously be overly giddy about him. I think it's a very useful loan deal that Man United are doing. I think that would be great for Man United because we need a squad. And it's in particular, if we're getting rid of the likes of Casemiro and Marcus Rashford, it is very, very interesting, of course. Another outgoing is Anthony. Anthony could be going on loan as well. There is rumours about Anthony going on loan to Olympiacos. Olympiacos, of course, play in Greece. They are one of the biggest clubs in Greece, of course, and they are in the Champions League. The one stumbling block in regards to that is that Man United want to cut some of Anthony's wages. Olympiacos are not going to afford money for Anthony. They're not going to afford in regards to his wages. In regards to his wages, they're not going to afford to get Anthony in because his wages are 200,000 a week. So that is a lot for Olympiacos, of course, guys. Absolutely. Randy, last week we had no confidence. This week we are overconfident. Randy, look, you know what? It's not overconfident. At the end of the day, in life, we got to just believe. We just got to be happy. You know, sometimes you just got to be happy. Sometimes you just got to hand your hands up and say, be happy, and then the happiness will follow you. Last week, I was confident. Randy, do you have short memory syndrome? Do I need to call you a doctor? Do you have dementia? Because over the weekend, I was talking about Man United defeating Liverpool. Right? Man United are not going to lose to Liverpool. Man United are not going to lose to Liverpool. I had people in there, absolute madness, talking about 11-0, 8-0, 9-0. Who was it who believed? Who was it who believed? Guys, scroll back. Scroll back to the stream. Scroll back. Go back and look at the streams. I'm always positive. I'm never negative. I'm never negative because at the end of the day, I'm breathing. I'm breathing. And I'm talking about Man United against Arsenal. You know, some people don't have the privilege to do something like that. Some people, you know what, don't even see the age that I'm in at the moment. So you've got to be happy, guys. You've got to be happy. You've got to be enthusiastic. Of course, guys, absolutely. Buzzy Afro reaction. What's going on, brother? I will be happy with the same loan deals, at least 3 players to help the team. Absolutely. We need to finish at least 7th or 8th this season. Yeah, at the moment, Buzzy, I would accept that. I would accept the 7th or 8th position. Absolutely. I think that getting these players out and bringing some new players in will help the team. I really do. I think it will give a team a fresh approach, a more freshness, like a revamp, like a power it down sort of thing. And we revamped and rebooted sort of thing. So bringing 3 players in will really give us a little bit of a spark that we need, in my opinion. And I think that'd be absolutely, absolutely fantastic. If we get rid of Casemiro looks likely to be leaving. That could be, here we go, very, very soon. He looks likely to be leaving. Rashford is, at the moment, it's a bit like a 60-50 in favor of him going to AC Milan. So that is a bit more closer. I believe that Casemiro will be leaving the club very, very soon. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Randy, the whole team is bad. Yeah, so yeah, we have fallen, but we will be back winning next season. I believe so. I believe so as well. I believe that we are, at the moment, look, this is the great thing about Ruben Amorim coming in now, because at the moment, you know, he can implement his tactics. He can get rid of the bad eggs and the bad apples. And by next season, he will be ready. He will be ready to do the business. And I believe next season we'll have a title challenge, guys. Title charge. We're going to have a title charge. You know what, guys? I believe we can. I believe we can have a title charge next season. I really do. And you can click this and say, look, Sal, you said we're going to have a title charge. Nah. At the end of the day, but at the end of the day, look, you know, I believe that. I believe we will. And I believe it will be a lot better next season. And you know what? We'll have to give us our corn, of course, guys. We'll have to give us our corn. Big up, Chow. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. If we don't sign a left wing back, it tells you everything about Jim the Rat. I think we already know quite a bit about Jim the Rat. Absolutely, Ratatouille. Absolutely. I think we know quite a lot about Jim Ratcliffe. And to be honest with you, we need a left wing back. We needed a left wing back under Eric Ten Hag as well. It seems like forever that we haven't had a left wing back. We're more or less the only elite club that doesn't play. We're probably the only club that doesn't play with a left-sided wing back. You know what I mean? And we're always playing right-footed in inverted wing backs. And that is a problem, of course, guys. I can only imagine how good we'll be if we had players playing in their right positions, their correct positions, and not having to shoehorn players into other positions, of course, guys. Absolutely. Buzzy Ratcher, yes, I was here, and you was the only live show who said we will win. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, mate. Absolutely, I said we'll win. We should have won. We should have won, and I did say that we won't lose. And I said I think it could be a win, but minimum a draw. And I did say that, and people will just say you're delusional, Sal. You're delusional, Sal. Stop talking delusions. There's okay to be that's emotional. You're too emotional. Nah, that's football. At the end of the day, absolutely. Good morning, Kazi. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, bro. Randy Chow, Jim is a Chelsea fan. Absolutely, he's a Chelsea fan. Absolutely. I'm always confident until the game starts. Absolutely, Darren. Darren, we're one of the few ones, ain't we? We're the positive ones until the game starts, and then obviously we start moaning. But let's wait a little while until Sunday, and let's see what happens. If Man United knock out Arsenal, you're going to see a far more happier Sal. You think this is happy? You haven't seen me. You haven't seen me. You haven't seen me. In 1999, I was at the Nou Camp when we won the treble. You know what I did? I jumped over the fence and the police stopped me in my tracks. I was so happy. Bloody hell. And all those years ago. You know, we've been through the mud. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, you know, what we have to do as a fan base is try and dig in there and try and see the light at the end of the tunnel, because that light is coming, guys. That light is coming. For goodness sake, Euro Tunnel is coming, guys. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Euro Tunnel FC. We are going to get there, guys. Don't worry about it. You are the only one, Sal. I know, Randy. I know. And people saying, no, Sal, you're absolutely delusional, bruv. You know what? At the end of the day, I just know football. Look, I'm not saying that no one else doesn't know football. I just know that football is not always what you make it out to be. You know, football is a funny old game, as they always say. You know what? Man United have always done that. And I think it's just ironic that Man United do these type of things. You know, they'll lose to Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth and Wolves and then go toe-to-toe with Liverpool at Anfield. That is exactly what we've been doing for the last 10 years. The ultimate test is the consistency. If Man United can remain consistent over this next few weeks, then obviously that is a turn. But if we go to Arsenal, we lose, and we don't beat Ipswich or Southampton, then you're going to say same old, you know? So we're obviously going to have to wait and see, obviously, if Man United can beat Arsenal. We're due to win at the Emirates. We're due a win at the Emirates, guys. We really are due a win at the Emirates. It's been a while since we won at the Emirates. I think, when was the last win at the Emirates, guys? 2018? What was it? 2018? I think it was, or 19. One of those days was the win at the Emirates. I don't think it was Louis van Gaal, was it? Or was it Jose Mourinho? I think it was Jose Mourinho. And I weren't Louis van Gaal. That was way after. But I think it was Jose Mourinho who won at the Emirates. I think Lingard scored, isn't it? Isn't it Michael Jackson? The Michael Jackson does. Absolutely. I know this. He is Glazers point 2. Absolutely. Almac, I think the club needs to do more with limited budget. Sometimes it's better to go for the cheaper option if he leaves money to fill in for more holes in the squad. I agree. Copy the Brighton approach. Almac, I agree. I like Milos Kerkez. Milos Kerkez will be cheaper than Nuno Mendes, around 20, 30 million cheaper. So I would go for a Kerkez. And another reason I would go for a Kerkez is that he's not only younger, he's actually Premier League proven. So I would go for him. But obviously, Nuno Mendes is a fantastic player. Nuno Mendes has played under Ruben Amorim before, so he knows Ruben Amorim. So that is also a thorn in his corner, of course. So at the end of the day, I would say either one of those would be great. You know, we have got Diego Leon. Diego Leon could surprise a few people next season. I'm looking forward to seeing Diego Leon playing next season. I really am. I'm excited. Arsenal 1, Man United 2, says you, Darren. Come on, Darren. I'm going to hold you to that, mate. I'm going to hold you to that. Absolutely. Jim bought in 2 billion, but where is the money? Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. We all know, guys. You know what we have. Well, I'm just going to get my blood pressure up if I start talking about Jim Ratcliffe and stuff like that, honest to God. You know what I mean? I'm just going to wait and see and watch this pan out. You know what I mean? Naipan out. Speaking of pan, Naipan. Sphere Naipan is another player that's interested. I mean, had the interest of Manchester United for the last few months. Sphere Naipan obviously plays for Rosenborg. Very, very talented, generational, I would say. I would say that Man United will do a deal for Sphere Naipan. Not yet. I don't think Man United are going to do a deal yet. But Sphere Naipan, I believe, will sign for Manchester United. Sphere Naipan will be a Manchester United player sooner rather than later, in my opinion. I don't think it'll be this month. I'm not hearing any noise about him. It's gone relatively quiet about Sphere Naipan, as with a number of players, because Man United don't have the monies at the moment. And Man United are looking more at loan deals at the moment. But that's not to say that Man United won't do deals with obligations to buy it. That could happen, because Man United and FFP don't go hand in hand at the moment, of course, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Randy, good question. So Jim is a businessman first. So that investment, we will want back with profit. He's a profitability owner. A profitability owner, of course. Absolutely. SLD, big up people. Smash those likes. Thank you, SLD, you legend. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the Stretford Post. Big up everyone. And Breaking Dawn, of course. The Breaking Dawners are in the house, of course, today, guys. Big up Ijeoma. What's going on, brother? Long time no see. How you been? Hope you've been doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. Nice, of course. Now, a little bit of other news going on at Manchester United. There is rumours about Marcus Rashford being involved in a swap deal with Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz is a Juventus player who used to play for Aston Villa, and Man United could do a deal with Juventus for Douglas Luiz, with Rashford going the other way, guys. So that is on the other side of news, of course, guys. There is all news scattering everywhere at the moment, so you have to keep up in regards to the news. So Marcus Rashford is wanted by AC Milan. It's close, 60%. But Juventus have popped in there and said, we want Marcus Rashford, we'll give you Douglas Luiz. That is quite enticing, isn't it? For a man like Ruben Amorim, it's a little bit enticing, I believe, to be honest with you guys. So, you know what? I like the player. Loan deal, you know what? It's going to be one, guys. It's going to be Douglas Luiz. It's going to be Moani. It's going to be Lee Can-in. It's going to be one of those players, guys. All right? There's a lot of players that are out there who are linked to Manchester United, and don't be surprised if it is one of them. It's not saying that one is incorrect, one is fake news, one is that. They're all true. They're all true. The only thing is that Ineos have a backup plan for each player. So if they don't get that player, they're going to go for that player. If they don't get that player, they're going to go for that player, which obviously is good practice because obviously you leave yourself ready to pounce on another deal. A bit like when we were going to sign Jared Branthwaite, but we ended up Lenny Yoro. Know what I mean? Buzzy, Nuno Mendes will be a perfect, but I wasted my breath on him coming in January window. I believe he will be here in the summer window instead. Yeah, I believe that as well. Nuno Mendes won't be coming to Man United unless it is a loan with an obligation to buy. Man United put a little bit of a fee down and it is a loan with an obligation to buy. That's going to be extremely difficult this mid-season, of course. It does look likely that that type of deal will be done in the summer, in my opinion. If Man United do bring in a left wing back, that will be it. Man United have Douglas. Man United have Diego Leon already, and if they sign another left wing back, that will be it for left wing backs. The only position that Man United will be looking for, the positions that Man United be looking for, is left-sided centre back. Man United will be also looking for a centre back can play in multiple roles. Obviously, we're going to lose Lindelof and we're going to lose Johnny Evans. Man United are also looking for another midfielder and another striker, of course, guys. So, you know what? There is quite a bit of work to do in that front. Man United do need quite a bit of work going on, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Randy, Manchester United is doing window shopping, but we never buy it. I mean, you know what? I would say, guys, and let's be fair to Ineos. I'm not a big fan of Ineos. You know, I'm a full sale, Glazers out, etc. Let's be fair on Ineos. They did have a good summer last summer. But I did scream out to you guys on the stream about left back. And I knew that we needed a left back, and I knew that we will come unstuck if we don't sign a left back. Let me have a gulp of water. I talk too much. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so at the end of the day, look, I was screaming out for a left back. And you know what? That is the only position that I thought that was it would have been a 10 out of 10 window if we got the left back, but it was an 8 out of 10. And many of us on the stream were saying 8 out of 10 window. We had a good window. You know, obviously results change people and results make people think, you know what? You know, the Glazers are bad news. The Glazers are rubbish, this, that, and other. And I agree. They've done some bad things. But we also have to look at it on a fair point of view. I don't like the Glazers. And I don't like Ineos, should I say, because they facilitated the Glazers. But we have no support, no choice but to support and just to hope that they do well. And that is where I stand. I hope that they do well. But obviously, it doesn't look promising. Proof is in the pudding at the end of the day. We can talk about names until the cows come home. You know what I mean? But you know what? Proof is in the pudding. They have to do it. They have to make it happen. Ijoma. I know I miss a lot. Please, what am I missing? Goodness me, there's so much Idioma. Everything's online. Everything's on Google. Everything's on YouTube. Idioma, have a look. Scroll back. You know what I mean? Have a look, mate. I would take Douglas Luiz. A few people would take him. Would you take him on a permanent deal? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about him, to be honest with you. I'm always skeptical about teams that want to get rid of players. I'm always skeptical about why do they want to get rid of him? What is the issue with him? Why? Why do they want to get rid of him? And that's something that I point on all the time. I'm always very cautious. Bringing Luiz down, Rashi needs a new challenge, like he said. Absolutely. Rashi will be leaving Man United. He'll be going to Italy. Rashi will either be at Juventus and we get Douglas Luiz, something like that, along those lines, or he'll be at AC Milan. You know what? There's a number of players at AC Milan I would like. Why don't we try and wheel and deal with AC Milan? Why can't we do that? We need to get our act together. Absolutely. AC Milan, you know, let me tell you something about AC Milan. AC Milan have one of the most promising youth academies out there. Promising. You're going to be hearing a lot from some players coming up. There's a player called Liberali, I think he's called, Kamada as well. Brilliant young players that are coming through the AC Milan academy. So we got to look at that academy because at the end of the day, it is a very, very good academy. And we need to look at that, of course. Ijoma, I had the Kobe is leaving United. Is that true? Ijoma is not going to be leaving Man United. If he leaves Man United, there will be absolute uproar, of course, guys. There were sinister rumors going around, which were spread by Ineos, of course, because it was spread by Ornstein and Laurie Whitwell. So there is an element of truth in what they were saying. And basically what happened is that Ineos did not shut down those rumors. They should have shut, if they were untrue, the Ineos should have shut down those rumors straight away, you know? But it seems to me that Ineos are fishing. Ineos want rumours around Mainu. So a club like Real Madrid or, you know what, a club like Chelsea will come in and say, oh, Kobe Mainu is available. Let's slap 80 million on the table. Here, Ineos is 80 million, take it or leave it. That's our last offer. And that is the big concern for me. You know, we cannot be put into, we cannot be transfer listing our best players and our best prospects. We should be building around them. We should be building around the team, not selling them and selling them off and stuff like that. It's absolutely disgraceful. I had a big run yesterday. I would take anyone with a pulse at the moment. There's a few in League One. Definitely would love to come to Man United. Absolutely. Probably do a better job as well. League One and League Two. Absolutely. I've got friends at Leyton Orient. I've got a couple of friends who play for Leyton Orient. So, you know what? Yeah, I think they'll do a better job than some of those. Paul plays. Rashi should learn from Maguire that now to bounce back from hate. Absolutely, Paul. Spot on. At the end of the day, not only him, Jadon Sancho as well. Jadon Sancho is going to flop at Chelsea. Don't worry about that. It's just going to matter of time. Instead of moaning on Twitter, instead of crying about it, going to media and stuff like that, get your head down and work. No one has more right to moan than Maguire. Maguire had his captaincy taken away from him. He also got dropped from the squad many times. He's had death threats. He's had the lot, guys. Harry Maguire. He's had the lot, right? Even memes made around him. Do you know what I mean? So, you know what? I think he's an inspiration in regards to that. I think he's someone who people can look up to as an example. I don't think he's good enough to take Man United to the next level, but I don't think he's as bad as people think he as well. You know, football's a confidence game, you know, and it's about time we started supporting rather than slating. And to be honest with you, some of the players that deserve support should get support. And for now, I praise anyone with an attitude, a good attitude. I praise anyone who doesn't moan and doesn't resort to Twitter and media to vent their feelings, you know? Harry Maguire had the one incident in Greece. He had one incident in Greece, and after that, he's been fine. He's absolutely fine. He's been an absolute dream, hasn't he? To be honest, in the way he's handled himself. Big up, Paul. Almac, Dan Ashford wanted to buy players using data analytics rather than letting Eric Ten Hag buy players that he knows. The Moneyball approach is the way to find bargain in the market. I'm not one. I mean, didn't Jose Mourinho say that people who don't understand football analyze football with stats? Didn't he say that? Wasn't it Jose Mourinho who said that? You can't put stats as the gospel. You know, you can't put everything as absolute in regards to stats. It is a multitude of things. Like, for example, the eye test. The eye test is very important as well. You have to look at it from the way you see it. And you know what? Stats can be manipulated. I absolutely agree with that. But stats shouldn't be dismissed as well. They are important because at the end of the day, if you've got someone scoring 30 goals a season, that's stats, isn't it? And you know what? That means he's got talent. You know what I mean? You can look at that in regards to that. But you know, some stats are misleading, in my opinion. Assists sometimes can be misleading, you know? And that's one thing I would say, you know? For me, I tend to look at things. You get that feeling because at the end of the day, it's not just about that. And as I've been banging the drum for a long time, it's about Man United need to sign players on their personality, on their personal life, what they do behind the scenes, what they like to do as enjoyment. Man United need to do things like that. And I think really that we should go back to what we used to do under Sir Alex Ferguson, is getting to know the character, getting to know the person, as well as his football. Get to know the person. What's he like off field? Is he what does he like to do for a hobby? Is he a family man? Is he married? Does he have a girlfriend? Things like that. We need to look at that, of course, guys, as well, in regards to that, in my opinion. Buzzy, Kobe ain't going nowhere. He wants a new contract. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I don't like the rumors that circulated yesterday because they weren't shut down. And that is one thing I would say about that. The rumors should have been slammed down, straight shut down. Soon as the rumors came out, he should have said, Mainu is going nowhere. He's bank born and bred. He's one of us. That's what he should have said at the end of the day. And it didn't happen. And that's what spreads rumors. And it doesn't just spread rumors. What it does also, it also causes sections of the fan base to turn on Mainu, to turn on him and say, oh, he's a mercenary. Oh, he's greedy. Oh, and then rumors start coming out. Oh, he wants 200 grand a week. He wants 300 grand a week. When there's no evidence of that. You know, and that's when sinister things happening. And then we got a game on Sunday against Arsenal, and all this negativity is just going to harm Man United. It's going to harm the player, and it's going to put us in a bad position, isn't it? You know, it doesn't do us any good. And this is the problem. And this is one thing I disagree with Ineos about. Shut the rumors down. Cut it from the head. Over. That's what you should do. It's mad. Mad, mad, mad. We can't be too choosy. We must take what we get. At the moment, Randy, I will take, look, guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys, right? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Who's the player who's scoring endless goals for Nottingham Forest right now? What's his name? What's his name, guys? In the chat, what's his name? The one scoring all the goals for Nottingham Forest. What's his name? Let me go. Striker, Nottingham Forest. Let me write it. Can't find him. I'm a big fan of this player. A very big fan. I can't even remember his name, guys. I'm gone blank. Talking about dementia, I've gone blank myself. I like Gibbs White. I do like Gibbs White, but there's another striker that plays for Nottingham Forest who's really good at the end of the day. And you know what? You never know who's going to come. The reason I'm saying this is because you never know who's going to come into the football club and absolutely set the world alight. You don't know. And this player, he plays for New Zealand. What's his name? This player, at the end of the day, you know, you never know. When Nottingham Forest signed him, I was like, why are they signing him for? Why are they signing him for? Wood. That's it. Wood. Christopher Wood. That's it. I was like, why are they signing him for? Why are they signing him for? And I was like, you know what? And then he becomes good. Darren, I'm not on the vodka, mate. It's too early for that. The time is at 11:38. Maybe next time, guys. At the end of the day, maybe next time, maybe one day. You know what I mean? If we win the league, I'll have a big bottle here, right with me. Okay? I'll drink it all. Live on stream. Hey, I'll drink it all, of course. Big up. Buzzy, Luke Shaw has disappointed me because I really believe he could help the team greatly if he could. Buzzy, spot on, brother. Spot on, mate. You know, Luke Shaw, no one denies his talent. Luke Shaw is one of the best left backs in the world when he's fit, but when he's fit, the best form of ability is availability, of course. And he has let us down. And in the time of need, he's not been there for us, but he's available for England. And that is the biggest issue. We need to fight tooth and nail. Instead of talking about Kobe Mainu, we need to think about Luke Shaw, Tyra Malacia, Mason Mount, Anthony, Lindelof, Eriksson, these type of players we need to think about first before we start thinking about Kobe Mainu. You know what I mean? Kobe Mainu is one of the guys who we could build a team around. And then we're talking about getting rid of him. It's madness, man. It's absolute madness. Yeah, congratulations to Ahmad on his new contract. 2030, guys. Congratulations. Well deserved. Absolutely well deserved for Ahmad, of course. And hopefully he progresses. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he improves. Because we've been down this road before, haven't we? So hopefully he improves and he impresses. And that's what I want from him. He's got the talent. He's a good lad. So let's hope he does it, of course. Kobe will be in line for a new contract. He can't get 20 grand a week for the next 2 years, could he? At the end of the day, he's on 20 grand a week. We can't give him 20 grand a week for the next 2 years. Can you imagine? My goodness me. That is out of order. Big up. Lies around me. Kola Mainu for Rashford. Left wing back swap. Cunha from Wolves. Keep Xerxes and Hoyland plus Alphonso Davies. Free. Pay Bayern 5 minutes just to get him out now. Good point. Good point. You know what? If life was simple, if Carlsberg made football, Lies Around Me would be the owner of the football club. Absolutely, definitely. I like the way you're speaking. I do like Alphonso Davies. I think he'd be an absolute brilliant player for Man United, in particular, especially in Ruben Amorim's system. You know that with left wing back position, people get it confused with a fullback, right? People are talking about fullbacks as opposed to left wing backs. Like, for example, Fernandes, who we sold. He's more of a fullback. You know, he's not a wing back. A wing back is a Frimpong. A wing back is Alphonso Davies. Those are the players who are like athletes. They can run back, go forward, create, overlap, run back, defend. That's what they can do. And that's what a wing back is, you know? With the players that some of the players we've been linked with, they're not really wing backs. I actually think that Milos Kerkez is a very good wing back. I think he's a very good wing back, and that is important. You're going to see that Diego Leon is a very good wing back as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, of course, guys. Absolutely. Sir Rashford MBE will become a legend at AC Milan. Good move. I think it's a very good move for him, mate, Randy. I think it's a brilliant move for him, mate. I think an absolute. If he's going to revive his career, Serie A is a lot. It's not as hard as the Premier League. It's a lot slower. I think he'd do absolutely brilliant there. Do you know what I mean? You got Olivier Giroud killing it over there. So do you know what? I mean, Marcus Rashford will kill it over there, and hopefully he'll become a legend. You know, whoever he goes to, I would, if I was him, I would go to AC Milan. But you know what? I like that deal. I like that swap deal with Douglas Luiz. That does entice me a little bit. That does make me a little bit more giddy and excited, of course, guys. So you know what? I do like that deal. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Watch this space. There will be some news pretty soon. I'm sure there'll be a Here We Go very soon as well. Big up, Jim. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good afternoon from Brisbane, Australia, and good morning to you in Abu Dhabi. Thank you so much, Jim. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing very, very, very well. Good to see you, brother. Everything is all cushy on my end, of course. Big up, Composed View, the legend, Composed View. How you doing, man? I think Ineos put the rumor out there to make it seem like we are broke and that the transfer fees for United are not inflated like the past. Yeah, but you know what that does, Composed View? It's a very dangerous thing to do because fans were turned on Kobbie Mainoo. Fans have turned on Kobbie Mainoo. I've seen big content creators out there who've turned on Kobbie Mainoo. And that is all to do with these rumors that are going out. It's a very silly thing to do. You know, you don't do that, you know, and it's crazy when you think about it. What about the news of Bellingham of Sunderland? And Joby Bellingham, I was speaking about a couple of weeks ago in Gioma. If you were here, I was thinking about Joby Bellingham. He's still very raw. He's not quite of Jude Bellingham, not quite. He's still very raw. He loses the ball a lot, but he's a very, very good talent. And don't be surprised if you hear something about Joby Bellingham very, very soon. He is a very interesting player for Man United. But he's playing for Sunderland, and we have to be careful, of course. It's just because his name's Bellingham doesn't mean he's going to become Jude Bellingham, of course. So we're going to have to be careful in regards to that. The scouts are on that mission. He is on Man United's radar, as is Will Briggs as well. He's on their radar as well. There's a couple of players in the League One division and the Championship that Man United are interested in going forward. Of course, it doesn't always happen. I remember Sir Alex Ferguson signing Powell, wasn't it? Powell? Yeah, from Wigan. I remember that. And he didn't do too well. But you know what? Man United are scouting the lower divisions for talent, of course, guys. It's not a bad idea. SLD, Shaw should have been sold a couple of seasons ago. Mourinho called certain players. He was one of them. Shaw should be tired. Absolutely. SLD, what did Jose Mourinho say? He said that some players get a little touch on their leg and then they're out for weeks, where some players play through injury. And that is absolutely spot on. He was talking about Martial and he was talking about Luke Shaw. Martial, right? I was going through Martial's stats today, actually, funny enough. And speaking of people who down tool and feign injury, I was looking at his stats and he scored now 5 goals in Greece in about 15 appearances, something like that. It's not good enough, is it? He's not prolific. He never was prolific. And when I'm looking at his stats, he's fairly average. You know what I mean? And then we got Martial FC play people. But in regards to Luke Shaw, yeah, we should have sold him a long time ago, but we gave him a new contract, didn't we? Foolish. What kind of ownership gives a new contract to someone who's injured all the time? I never understood that. I never understood. It's madness. Death threats is never right, Sal. We may not like Maguire, the footballer, but no one deserves it. Absolutely. That is exactly what it is, guys. Absolutely. Of course. Almac, Mainoo is under contract for 4 more years. There is no need to discuss contract extensions, prove himself, and talk about the next season. No, we have to give him a new contract, mate. Otherwise, he'll be sold. 20K. He's 20K a week. You can't pay an England international 20K a week, Almac. That's not how it works, mate. You can't pay Xerxes 60 grand a week and pay Kobbie Mainoo 20 grand a week. He's asking for 80, 90 grand. You got to give him that. He's worth it. You know what I mean? He's worth it at the end of the day. You know, he deserves that. At the end of the day, 20 grand a week is a youth player wage. It's a youth player wage. You can't give him a youth player wage. That's what he's getting at the moment. We can't do that. We'll lose him. And to be honest with you, if he asks for 200 grand or he asks for 300 grand, that's a different story. But he's not. He's not asking for that much money. So we can't do that because at the end of the day, if you've got Mason Mount sitting on his backside on 250 grand a week, If you got Luke Shaw sitting on his background on about 200 grand a week, if you got Lindelof on 120 grand a week, if you got Ericsson on 150 grand a week, why is Mainu going to accept 20 grand a week? Come on, guys. He's a generational as well. He's a class player. He's a generational England international, one of England's best young players as well. We can't. Harry really try hard, but he's not good enough. I agree, Randy. But you know what? He's good in something. So I was wondering, why did the Greek police allow him to come back to England, which they kept him? Big up, Jim. Big up. 200k for Kobe is at 19 is ridiculous. We don't be rashly, but I believe he deserves a contract associate. Yeah, Buzzy. But he's not asking for 200k. And this is exactly what rumors do. Rumors come out like that, and they turn people against the player. They say, oh, you know what? He's asking for 200 grand. He's not asking for 200 grand, guys. He's asking for a fair payment. If you were at work, right? And you were sitting at work and you were earning, let's say, you know what, $10 an hour or £10 an hour. But a guy next to you who's been working there, you know what, the same amount of time as you or less than you, right? And he's earning £20 an hour, and he hardly turns up, and you do all the work. How are you going to feel? You know what I mean? It's there in plain day, isn't it? Maguire has conducted himself well. I agree. I think the reason he is playing well because he's playing for in a free. He played for a free for England as well. Yeah, I agree, Liza Rami. Not saying that he's good enough. I do think Man United need to move forward. Of course, guys, absolutely. But you know what? He has conducted himself in the utmost respect. Of course, if you go by stats, I'm sure there would be a champion players with good stats, but wouldn't be do well. Yeah, it's true. You got to get to know everything about the player. Eye test, family, background, everything, guys. You got to learn it. You got to understand it. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, you can't. I mean, that's what Sir Alex Ferguson did very well. Not all the time good, but he did pick up some gems, of course. United player needs to be consistent on the pitch and win games instead of worrying about what's on the social media. I agree, mate. But you know what? It's very hard, Buzzy. It's very hard to turn off that social media, isn't it? Even me, right? I'm nowhere near anyone else, footballers and stuff like that. Even me, I'm looking at my social media. And sometimes I wish I wouldn't. You know, parts of me feels like, you know, sometimes that social media didn't exist, because social media is a good thing. It's a great thing. But to be honest with you, it's not, it causes too many problems. It causes a lot of problems. Gibbs White is good, of course, for an active 8, but I was talking about Wood, I think. Chris Wood, absolutely composed through. Chris Wood, of course. Nottingham Forest have some great players, of course. Big up everyone who answered me. Big up everyone. Sorry, I'm getting back to it late. Chris Wood, yeah, brilliant player. Absolutely brilliant. Who would have thought that Chris Wood would be as prolific as he's scoring now? Who would have thought that? When they signed Chris Wood, I was like, wow, expensive for him. Chris Wood, wow. And I hold my hands up. And you know what? He's absolutely smashing it at Nottingham Forest. Be good at Man United. I don't trust this group of players. The talent is there, but something is missing. Ruben Amram's team. That's what's missing. Absolutely. Ruben Amram needs a few windows, of course. People talk down on statistics, but the software that Brighton uses is very sophisticated and it works. Compare our transfers versus Brighton. That's true, but also get to know the person as well. Man United is a different animal to Brighton. Man United are not Brighton. And Man United are heavier shirt than Brighton. It's much easier to play for Brighton. And because the pressure is not there. Man United, you need to get to know the person. You know, stats are good. Stats are one thing of a whole multitude of things. But stats can be manipulated. And to be honest with you, Man United being compared to Brighton is ridiculous. Man United are not Brighton. You know what I mean? People talk about Nottingham Forest and Brighton and stuff like that. Brighton are like Brighton and Nottingham Forest and all these teams. They do well once and then. But Man United, the expectation is longevity and winning the league. These teams ain't got expectations, so the pressure is off them. You know what I mean? You don't think that Rashford would go to Brighton and absolutely smash it? Of course he would. You know what I mean? It's the fact that there's no pressure. You know, so that is why these players tend to do well at Brighton. You know what I mean? It's taken Caicedo to do well, but Chelsea hasn't. Look how long it's taken to Caicedo to put in a couple of decent performances for Chelsea. Yeah, Chris Wood has done well, very well. Big up for Activate. We want players who fight for the badge and not waste more money. Absolutely, mate. I agree. We do. We need players who want to play for the football club, not want to play for their social media and money and stuff like that, of course. Absolutely. If Luke Shaw is not available for Man United, but only available for England, rip up their contracts and sell them. It's bye-bye, I believe. That goes for anyone. You want to play or you don't. The problem with that, Jim, and that is great in if you're looking at it in that way, that'd be absolutely fantastic if we can do that. The problem is that Man United have to pay off their contracts if they want to do that. And it costs millions, doesn't it? So, you know, paying the thing is that we've been stupid by giving these players new contracts, even though they weren't playing, even though they haven't been good enough. We've been crazy. We have ourselves to blame. the old owners and stuff like that. So I shouldn't say owners, I should say board. The old board. Now, Murtaugh and Woodward and that, offering them new contracts. It's very hard to get rid of players like Luke Shaw, you know, and unfortunately, we're going to have to run down his contract, and it does look like that way. Unless we can get someone to buy him. Obviously, there was rumours about Napoli in for Luke Shaw. Napoli like Luke Shaw. Conte likes Luke Shaw, and that could be a possibility. But obviously, the injury record is going to sway people away from that. But I think, you know what, we really do need to get rid of these type of mercenaries, of course, guys. Absolutely. I saw Fernandes in the academy games, and he's good going forward and put in a nice cross. I saw him score the other day, but it's Portugal. It's Portugal again. Look, I think he's a risk. He represents a risk. There's better left wing backs out there. Kirkes is better. Nuno Mendes is better. I know that he's cheaper, but he plays like he's cheaper. You know, it's either we want to go there or we want to go there. Diego Leon is actually better. Trust me. You heard it here first. Jim, Sal, big up for reading all the comments. I respect and acknowledge your hard work. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, brother. Jim, thank you, brother. Thank you, Buzzy. Big up, Buzzy. Thank you, everyone who's joined me on the stream, of course, guys. Absolutely. Snowy here in Manchester South. -5. Goodness me. What's the temperature where I am? I don't want to make you guys jealous, but I want to see the temperature where I am at the moment is. It is 22, and it is 11:53 in the morning. But it's 22 degrees here, guys, where I am. It's a winter here. Absolutely. We have on that. If a player is on a cheap contract, why do they have to pay them more? Isn't it a deal? You can do that, Almac. You can do that, but we'll lose him. Yeah, he'll put in a transfer request, and then we'll lose him, and that's it. At the end of the day, a player on 20 grand is a youth team wage. You can't play an England international, a youth team wage. It's not how it works. I've been supporting this football team 40 odd years. That's not how it works, mate. You can't pay one player a youth wage who's an England international and one of the best players in the team, and last season scored in an FA Cup final, remember, and stuff, and then, you know, pay people like Xerxes who've done F all for the club 60 grand a week, and pay Mason Mount who's done F all for the club 250 grand a week. You've got to be fair. You've got to think of the humane side. You know what I mean? It's not like he's asking for astronomical amounts of money. He's asking for 80, 90 grand. You know, that is an average wage for a player of his ilk. In fact, he should be getting more, but you know what? That is an average wage for a player of his ilk. You've got to be fair. I know that some, you know, I understand your point that, you know what, we should be paying players what they should be sticking to their contracts and stuff like that. But he's evolved since that 20 grand a week contract. You know, he's evolved astronomically. And, you know, we don't want to upset the player. We don't want to upset players. And, you know what, if he was asking for 200, then, you know what, then that is too much. But he's not. Yeah, I got Kobe, 100, it's all good. You are right. He is asking for 200 grand. You're right. If he isn't asking for 200, he isn't for Activate. It's a lie. And to be honest with you, I think that, you know what, 100 grand is all right for Kobe Manu. He has jumped astronomically. He's jumped astronomically. And if he wants any more than that, then that's going to be based on achievements, isn't it? We can't have one wage for one and then one wage to the other. We got to neutralize the wage system slowly. So eventually the wage will be going down like this. But we can't just say, no, you get 20 grand and you get 300 grand. It's over. No more wages going out. I go, but he's getting 300 grand for doing a full sitting on his backside. I don't care. You're getting 20 grand. It doesn't work like that. You're gonna have to think about it on the humane side and stuff. But I respect you, man. I respect our Mac and stuff like that. But don't worry. So with Garnacho Ruben's leaving, I'm going to be blaming a certain fan channel person, but won't name him for personal attacking Garnacho time ago. No one should personally attack players. Absolutely, mate. Especially 40 minutes before a game. You can come on here, right? And you can give your critique and you can give a constructive criticism. We are fans at the end of the day, right? You can give your critique to the player and that. But what he did 40 minutes before a game outside the ground is diabolical, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It is really bad. It's really bad. But you know what? It's part of the fan base right at that moment, of course. I'm happy that Garner left the Twitter X. He needs to focus on the pitch. Absolutely, Buzzy. Spot on. He done well. He done well. He hasn't left Instagram, though, but Twitter's a good thing to leave because Twitter is a cesspit of negativity, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, German, Carlos Casemiro to Saudi Arabia. Here we go, I guess. Nearly. Here we go, German. Nearly. He will be. We haven't been using left back for past 2 seasons now, which is not good. Absolutely, Jim. I agree. Sid, hey Sal, great show as always. I hope we get Lee Kangin, very talented. But which other would prioritize Nuno Mendes or Lee Kangin in this transfer window? To be honest with you, both of them. Man United want an attacker and they want a left wing back. Lee Kangin is a backup plan for Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani is also wanted by Juventus and Tottenham Hotspur. So if Man United don't manage to get their mitts on Kolo Muani, they will go after a player such as Lee Kangin, because he has not got first in football at PSG at the moment, but he's a very talented player, and Man United could strike a deal from that sort of thing. So basically, Man United are looking at alternatives, and Man United are looking at backup plans as well. So that is good, I think. I think that's really good. And that is a positive thing in regards to what Man United are doing, of course. I love Euro, but paid 150 grand a week for him is so nothing wrong with Kobe, 70 grand. He is absolutely Buzzy. It's nothing wrong with that, mate. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But eventually, Buzzy, we have to start lowering the wage like that. But you can't do it now. You're going to have to do it slowly. When players come in, first they have to say, right, you're getting that wage. Like Xerxes getting 60 grand. You're getting 60 grand a week. That's it. From now on, it's changed now. That's it. But someone like Kobe Mainoo, who's been there years, you know what I mean, and won us an FA Cup, basically, you know what I mean, played for England, one of England's most important players, he deserves it, in my opinion. He does. Grayo, what's going on? Legend, that is Grayo. What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Please smash the like, subscribe buttons, push me to 6,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, Grayo, you legend. Yes, I'm literally 400 and something away from 6,000 subscribers, guys. We are moving, guys. Let's get to 6,000 subscribers. Please don't forget to spread the word. The Stretford Post. Here is where the realist is. Here is where it's at, guys. Absolutely nothing but real here, guys. That's what it's all about. Some people are trying to sabotage my channel. Some people like to do shows at my time to try and sabotage my channel. But you know what? You can't beat realism. You can't beat personality, guys. So I'm telling you right now, I don't work with them anymore. At the end of the day, big plans are coming for this channel. Big, huge plans are coming for this channel. And I want you guys to be involved in it, of course. Randy, Mazri is our best player, but he doesn't earn a lot of money. Exactly. That's the new Ray team, is it? But when you look at someone like Mainoo, he's been there for years, right? And one of our most important players. Mazri is a new player. So the new thing is that they're not going to offer him astronomical wages. The thing is that the players will come in, the players will get a wage that they are assigned to, and they have to earn more. Kobe Mainoo's earned more than 20. You know what I mean? He's the lowest paid player in the team. Can you believe it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Good morning, Ijoma. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I think it's Lee good. It's a good idea. I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, only wait and see. Premier League is Premier League, of course, but I like South Korean players because they work hard. Not exclusive to South Korean, but I like them because they work hard. It reminds me of Ji-Sung Park and obviously, Kun Son Min-yun, of course, of Tottenham. They are very talented and very technical players. And I think, you know what, it's better than nothing. And I think Man United at the moment are looking at loan deals. Doesn't mean they're going to sign them permanently. It just means that they're going to get loan deals in to help with the squad. And I think Man United is better than nothing, of course. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. You absolute legends. Don't forget I'm back later on. And also, guys, please don't forget to smash the like on the video and Subscribe if you're new. Please subscribe, guys. I'm on my way to 6,000. Thanks to you guys. You guys are the legends. If we agree or disagree, it's all about opinion at the end of the day, guys. That is what I'm all about. Please keep it Stretford Post. Please keep it here. Don't forget Chatterbox later on. That is what it's all about, guys. Don't listen to the other people who just read Google and stuff like that, who pretend to be Man United fans for profit. It's all about here, guys. Stretford Post. Take it easy, guys. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn, and I'll see you later in the day, of course, guys. Peace.